This is so silly. Testing.
1, 2.
These nuts. Hey guys, it's your newly married favorite couple, the Markhams. You almost said whoop. So David always says, and every time I turn on the camera, he's like whoop whoop, and I'm like, no, we have to get a new YouTube board. And he almost just said it.
I need help.
Comment down below what his new word should be. You'll learn. Like, you'll just learn to be on camera better, you know? Yeah. Anyways, I wanted to film this video before we got married, but, you know, as normal marriage weddings go, it was a little crazy during that time. Not even that crazy, but we just had a lot going on. So here we are on our honeymoon. We're actually leaving tonight. So comment down below and tell us that we're tan so we feel better about ourselves. And we're just going to sit here and do a little chit chat. Answer all your guys' questions.
Let's go.
First question. Also, these are all questions that you guys have been commenting on my YouTube videos for the last months and months and months since we've announced that we're getting married, and we're finally getting around to answering them. First question, who said I love you first?
Me, by a long shot. Took her, I thought she was never going to say it, honestly. She came around.
Yeah, when was it? We were at the lake.
What were we doing? Jet skiing, and we were swimming, and I was like, I could tell you I love you. And she's like, no! Pretty much.
I was like, no. I was like, no, don't do that. And then you told me probably like 4 more times until I said it.
You are crazy. Probably like 15 times. Honestly, was like, she's not going to say it. I don't know what I'm going to do.
But then we were back at the lake another time. And it was like our couple month anniversary or whatever. And then I told you. And it was just the most perfect day ever. And I'd been wanting to say it, but the words literally just wouldn't come out of my mouth. Like, I was trying to have my friends help me to say, I love you. Because it was just so unnatural for me.
And something that she always does is say, what are you thinking about? And I'm like, I know she's thinking about it, but would not say it. Like, she'd say everything else but in. I look her straight in the face. Like, what are you thinking about? She's like, and you knew what she was thinking about.
But I was too scared to tell you. Anyways, David, what do you do?
What do I do? So I own a rodeo and also an auto parts store. So I sell truck and car parts. And we have a weekly rodeo. So I have a bull riding every single Saturday. We get to buck bulls and it's a blast with so many people and I love it.
That's where I heard him pray for the first time and I was like, oh, whoever gets that guy is so lucky. Him's a cowboy. Next question. Kacey, will you still do YouTube now that you're married?
Duh.
I want to literally be 95 years old still doing YouTube. Just because it's the best family movies, you know? For our family movies to be on the internet, duh. And I'm just so passionate about making movies and memories, and I did it in high school before I was even a YouTuber, so it's just natural.
And hopefully we get to impact somebody's life for the better. People and families and radiate Jesus' love.
Period. Where will you guys live?
Live in my house on the farm.
I mentioned this in the last video that I posted too because everyone was like, Kacey, what are you going to do with your house? Like, are you guys moving to your house behind your parents? What's the deal? But it's actually pretty dope because we, at 26 and... we're 26 and 29. We're no longer 25. But at 25 and 28, we had our first rental property, which is pretty dope, you know?
For sure. No, it's perfect too. Like, you cannot beat that house. It's awesome.
And maybe eventually one day we could possibly still live there and raise our kids there. But as of right now, we're going to live on the farm.
With animals and chickens and a garden and everything.
To be able to raise our babies, like with chickens and responsibilities and animals and a garden and stuff, like we're really passionate about. What was it that first attracted you to each other? I said that the first initial thing that attracted me to you, I knew nothing about you, was hearing you pray. Because I didn't even know that was like you, you know? But hearing you pray was like the first thing that I was like, oh, hot diggity daggone. But then the way your friends talked about you was like, made me attracted to you. Made me like want to be around you more. Yeah. Is definitely another thing. And you were good at everything. Good at pickleball, good at snowboarding. And I was just like, oh dang, we have a lot of things in common and like would be really compatible.
That's a fact. That was perfect.
No, say what attracted you to me for the first time. I genuinely want to know.
What do you mean? Like, what attracted me to you?
Yes.
Like, first of all, you're gorgeous. You're fun. Aww. And, like, we did and do have a lot in common. But it was like, honestly, how I thought about it was that it's never going to happen. Because I honestly, genuinely never thought it would. And then Chase and Lauren brought you around more, and we learned that we are more compatible than we even thought. and ended up being way more compatible than we thought. And it's been perfect.
True. That was a good answer. What's something that you're looking forward to in the future together? You want to say it on the count of 3? 1, 2, 3. Babies! What were you going to say?
Kids.
Yeah. But like 12 babies. Actually, that goes into our next question of how many kids do you want?
Minimum 3.
Minimum 4.
Okay.
I'd only have to give birth to like 2 or 3 or 4. But like minimum 4, I would say.
I agree. I'm cool with it.
But like literally we've said like however many God wants us to have. Like if he wants us to have a double football team, we'll take it.
Yeah. We'll buy a Sprinter van and let's rip.
Yeah. Which is so cool that you're like on the same page as me with that.
Oh.
What was our first date?
Our first date? Ice cream at UDF.
Yeah. But that technically wasn't even a date. That was just, they ditched us in the ice cream parking lot.
What was our first date?
I think our first date was literally... was you cooking me steaks at your house.
Yeah.
I feel like that was our first date. Or jet skiing maybe. But that was like a double date.
Yeah, that was definitely a double date. We definitely went to the lake.
Yeah.
For sure. And then I think our first like just us was definitely at home cooking steaks and dinner.
And it was perfect.
It was so good.
But I remember when we were like 2 months into dating and we went to Red Lobster together and we were like, is this our first time like going to a restaurant just us? And I think it literally was.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because we're always hanging out with family or friends or something.
Since the beginning too, which has like been the best.
Yeah.
What is your favorite piece of marriage advice that you've gotten?
Favorite piece of marriage advice?
Yeah. I can go first if you want me to. Okay. So I read a lot of marriage books. Like I read Single, Dating, Engaged, Married. And I made you read it at the beginning of our relationship, which is just so good. I read JP's dating book that he has. I read The Meaning of Marriage. I've done like 30 prayers for your future husband. Like I've read so many marriage books. But I would just say like when it comes to, well, one, the best piece of advice we ever got was like find someone that loves Jesus more than you love Jesus and then marry them and start your life together because it's just you're gonna make it work, you know. But also,
I would encourage anyone to do the marriage counseling that we did. That was truly amazing. Yeah. And it was cool to hear their story and how they live it out and like how to be married and how it works and what you have to do and biblically.
How to fight, how to communicate better. That was like one piece that when they talk about like it's you and your partner versus the problem. Like not just you versus him. It's you together versus the problem. It's like working through things. Yeah. That's good advice.
For sure.
Show me your ring. How did you know that we were the one for each other? Like, how did you know I was the one?
How did I know? Everything clicked. Like, literally everything clicked. And it was like, I loved your faithfulness and, like, how you pushed me to be closer with Jesus and how we love doing stuff together and literally just doing life together. It's the simplest thing. Going to the grocery is fun. Yeah. Like, everything.
And just, like, I never, and I mean ever, believed when people told me when they're like, when you know, you know.
Never.
Ever.
Well, I believed it, but, like, I never felt it. Never.
I didn't even believe it. I was just like, frick this. There's no way that this is true. And it was true. God just, like, poured so much peace over us. And, like, peace over decision-making. Peace over the idea of marriage. Peace over our whole relationship. And just, like, really confirmed us. Like, we felt so, like, the Lord literally confirmed it in us. That this is what we were supposed to be doing. Yeah. I think that's why we went so fast in, like, a worldly perspective, too, is because we knew. Like, we literally felt like the Lord confirmed it for us. So it was so easy and peace-filled. I think that's it. When you feel so much peace.
I agree.
Two questions left. Well, I guess these last two are easy. Where are you going for your honeymoon?
Hawaii.
I'm so impressed that you just spelled that right. I'm genuinely so impressed.
Me too.
But tell them why we ended up in Hawaii.
So the real reason is on my bachelor trip, I fell. We went snowboarding, and I freaking fell on a hill. My luck, fell on this hill and broke my elbow. Literally broke it internally and tore the top muscle and tore the back muscle on my, like, back of my tricep and, like, the front of my arm. So I tore two muscles and broke my elbow. And we were going to Mexico. Had it booked, everything. Flights done. Literally everything, it was booked. And it was just something.
Well, where we were going was all inclusive, all fun inclusive. And so you go for the fun. You go for the cliff jumping. You go for the ATVs. You go for the zip line. You go for the fun. You don't go to this place. Like, the beaches aren't that nice. The rooms are outdated. We were going for the fun.
For sure.
And Big Dog couldn't do any of the fun anymore because he had a broken arm.
Which it's been healing, like, thank the good Lord, so fast. Like, when it first started, I could literally, like, it was stuck like this, and I could go from here to here. And now it's, like, almost fully back.
Like, we've been in the gym every morning. Like, Jesus is literally healing his arm. And there was just a reason we weren't supposed to go to Mexico, and we were just listening to that. And so we ended up in Hawaii. We got to cancel our whole honeymoon and our flights, and they just completely transferred for us to come to Hawaii. So it's literally perfect.
And literally, this has been the best trip ever. If you guys have the chance, go to Waikiki, Hawaii.
It's so dreamy. And last but not least, when did you get married?
2525, baby. On a Wednesday.
And everyone was just, like, so shook because they were like, well, one, of course, Kacey would get married on its Wednesday, but also, like, why a Wednesday? And we just, like, thought 2525 was too cool. It's iconic. It's iconic of a number, and it's just too cool to pass up. We don't drink, or, like, our family, we don't work traditional jobs. Like, it was so easy for us in our families to just get married on a Wednesday. We only had our immediate families there, and it was just perfect and small in perfection. And all of that all the wedding content is coming soon. Drew was my videographer, so he's coming out with the video really soon, and I was so excited to see that. It was just so chill, so perfect, everything we wanted.
Big family dinner. Big family dinner, yeah. Literally.
Yeah.
Just
ending with fireworks.
Fire. That was so much fun.
I know.
Chase bought fireworks from this guy, like, literally 2.5 years ago. And they came on pallets, like, in a row that this dude tied all together. Like, it's legit fireworks. And I don't know why he didn't blow them off in the last 2 years we did. And they've been sitting in his garage. And he brought them to our wedding for us and let them off. And it was the coolest thing ever.
It was so perfect. And I've just dreamed of, like, a bachelor ending fireworks night at my wedding forever, and it was so perfect.
Literally, that was the best.
And on top of it all, it was both of our birthday weeks. So my birthday is February 8th. His birthday is February 9th. So we got to be on our honeymoon for our birthdays also, which was just perfection. I think that's everything.
Yeah, we got to watch a Super Bowl during my birthday on the beach. Yeah. That was the best. And your birthday, we got to go on that boat ride.
Yeah. And we vlogged the whole thing. So honeymoon video will be coming soon. We have so many videos coming out. So many. And I'm so excited for you to see it all. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that this is still recording and that you can't see straight up my shorts. Slay. Subscribe. We love you. And we'll see you back in Ohio.